Welcome to the Elite Life with Trisha and Kylie. This is where we'll teach you how to develop grit, give yourself grace, and succeed in real estate. So let's dive in.
Hi, guys. That was really loud. Hi, guys. We're so glad you're back for more Elite Life. I'm Trish, and as always, Kylie is with me.
I'm here also. Here I am.
Whoop, whoop. We are so glad you're here today because we're covering a huge topic. We are going to run through the top 5 social media mistakes, or really like on any platform that people make, usually when they're first getting started, or maybe they've just been doing it for a long time wrong.
You're doing it wrong.
All right, this isn't in the notes, but I have to say it because as soon as I read these notes, I was like, oh my gosh, there is a realtor on my social media and I like him. He's a friend of a friend and he started doing the reels and it is so hard to watch. I'm like, you're really awkward and bad at this. And I want to tell him, but I don't. It's like, what do you do?
I don't know. So maybe you send him this podcast once we launch it and you're like, hey, friend, I saw you're on social media. Here's a podcast about what to do on social media.
Yeah.
See what happens. No, I mean, because that's where everyone is, right? Like, it's not 1982 when you go to the mall and pass out flyers. I mean, you can go to the mall, but like people don't talk to people in person anymore, which is sad, but true. So, you can cultivate a real estate career without social media, but you're going to do a lot more work. You really are.
And you're going to spend a lot more money. And so you really need to know that there is a definite method to the social media madness. And each platform has a different method. And, it's so easy. I am now, since I've become a puppy owner, I am now so guilty of getting on Instagram and then all of a sudden but I'll say this, it's better than I used to go on Instagram and shop and spend money on like all the no-bull shoes and workout clothes. And now I go on and I look at reels of puppies.
Well, at least you're saving money, but you're wasting time.
Yes, I am definitely doing that.
Get off. Yeah, so we don't have all the time in the world to share everything that we could possibly share with you about this subject. So we wanted to let you know that you can go to Stars Academy, mystarsacademy.com, that is the website, and enroll in the Social Media Empire program. It's a course that walks you through from scratch. We don't teach you how to start the account because you could Google. We don't waste your time. We tell you everything that you need to know in order to get the account going, help you pick what you want to spend your time on, and talk to you about making it easy, convenient, and consistent. So the tips here that we're going to talk about today, there's so much more to it. We're just kind of giving you the outline, hoping you can take some nuggets and apply them to your own social media. But please go check out mystarsacademy.com. We're going to be launching that mid-April, so mid-month. Look for that. If you have any questions, you want to set up a call, Trish or I are always happy to set up a time to go through your social media and kind of give you some pointers, point out what you're doing great, and maybe point out some stuff you're not doing so great.
Yeah, because it's important. You really don't know what you don't know. And I definitely suggest, like, if you're not getting clients from your social media right now, get involved in that Empire class. Go to mystarsacademy.com. Like, literally stop this podcast right now. Go to mystarsacademy.com, enroll in the social media Empire class, and then book a call with me, and I will review your social media with you. I was ranked in the top 10 agents on social media and in Michigan, because we're in Michigan, and they look by state. And there's some very intentional things that I do to get there, and it's following the algorithm, being consistent, consistent. And it's not because of Vanity Metrics that I was ranked that.
What is that?
Vanity Metrics are likes and followers. So when you go on Instagram, I will tell you right now, my Instagram account does not have millions of followers, because millions of followers just means you probably paid money to get followers, right? So that's a vanity metric. What matters is how many deals are you closing from your Facebook and Instagram? Now, I can tell you, I on average get between $6 and $8 million in clients from my social media.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to leave on the table, people, if you are not doing this correctly.
Yes, and I don't spend any money on my social media. That is what is really important to say too. When we show you, when you go and you enroll in Social Media Empire and we go through everything, you're going to see that you're not spending money on buying followers. You're not spending money on boosting posts.
Yes.
Boosting posts. I'm going to teach you how to do it the right way for free and be able to be an agent that people know, like, and trust, and refer you business all day long. I get business from Facebook from strangers literally every day.
That's amazing. So, okay, shameless plugs over. So let's jump in to this list, top 5. So number 1, lack of value. So much content is posted every single day, and there's no value there. It's just to be there, right? If you're not intentional about what it is that you're posting, it's not going to be engaging. It's not going to give you the results that you want. Your content should be giving value. Tell them who you are. Tell them what you can do for them. Give them information on things that you're an expert about, which is real estate. Or if you're not in real estate, Weimaraner dogs or cutting down trees, whatever your expertise is, tell people who you are, what you can bring to the table for them, and what you want them to do. So, I mean, like, if you have an ad and it's like, "Hi, I'm Brad and I cut down trees." Okay, Brad, I'm glad that now I know you and I know what you do. What do you want from me? Right? So you have to be intentional about what you are putting on social media. If you're consistently giving people value, they're going to more likely A, begin to trust you as an authority in the field, and B, they're going to come back for more, and C, when the time comes for you to ask them for something, they're gonna be more likely to give because they've taken so much from you already. So think about that. Take a look at your social media posts. What are you putting up? And then that's not to say that the post of you and your dog running isn't important. I'm talking about business posts, because personal posts are important. The value that they bring is they help your potential clientele relate to you, and that helps them get to know you, like you, and trust you a little bit more.
Yeah, and you mentioned the perfect word, which brings us to point 2, which is consistency. Part of the algorithm, and for people that aren't social media savvy, right? Like, we have a lot of people that aren't in real estate that listen to our podcasts, are not tech savvy that listen to our podcasts, maybe are up there in age before social media even was a thing, right? And so they don't know what an algorithm is. Basically, all of the social media platforms, so your Facebook, your Instagram, your Snapchat, your TikTok, all of them have specific things that if you do them, then they put your post in front of more eyes. It's kind of like a popularity contest.
Yeah.
I always say, like, think about it like, I think of social media, the easiest way for me to think of social media is kind of like high school, right? Like, are you showing up, right? Consistency. Are you showing up? You got to show up or else people kick you out or people stop paying attention to you.
Yep.
And like you said, are you providing value? Because if I like you and I'm interacting with your stuff because you're giving me good stuff to interact with, then you're a popular kid in high school. And so we're going to see more of you, right? All of a sudden you're on the basketball team and the football team and the cheerleading squad and in the newspaper and in this and in this and this, right? Like, usually the popular kids in high school are the ones that are involved in lots of things.
Yeah.
And it's the same with social media. The social media platforms, the secret sauce they put on the back end, the algorithm is if more people are interacting in an intentional way. So that's why, like, if we shift back to Vanity Metrics, if you like something on Facebook, that does not hold a lot of credibility with Facebook. But if you take the time to put a comment in the feed, that gets credibility. So that's another thing we go over, back to social media empire. I go through kind of how Facebook ranks all those things, because there's a lot of things that you don't, again, know what you don't know. One of them is consistency. They do pay attention to how often you're posting. So you do need to be posting on a consistent basis, times, like all of these little pieces go into it. And, when you think about when you should be posting, think about like, when are you on social media, right?
I think most people are on social media while they're in the bathroom.
That is super true.
So like what I've noticed is that most people are on social media. Think about your own habits, right? Most people have 9 to 5 jobs, for example. That's most people in the world. So they're on social media when they wake up in the morning between 6 and 7, and they're drinking their coffee, they're going poop, and then they're on at lunchtime. They're on at lunchtime because they're eating their lunch. They want some entertainment. They want to catch up on what they missed, blah, blah, blah. And then they're on, in the evening time after dinner, after putting the kids to bed. So when you're using like a social media management tool, which we won't get into today because it's so deep, make sure that you're posting during those times. And if you're using a good social media management tool, it'll tell you if you're picking a crappy time to post. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is depending on which platform you're posting on, those times are different too.
Yes, definitely. And that's something to note. And I do go through that in social media empire, which platforms care about things like you said, what times it is, what hashtags you use. Some people think, oh, well, if I use more hashtags, it's better. But some platforms actually will decline your post or put it in less. Even details down to when you record a video. Did you record it in TikTok and then try to put it in Instagram? Guess what? That video is not being showed as much as if you just recorded the video on your phone and then you placed it on the different platforms, because Instagram and TikTok are owned by different competing people. So there's so much, science and knowledge that goes behind it that you need to know about, right? And that really brings us to number 3.
Yes, it does. Let's talk about what you're posting. And let me just say this. I have seen so many embarrassing posts from agents that if I were vetting your social media, which number one, if you're not Facebook stalking, Instagram stalking people before you go and meet them, you're going to get kidnapped and you're going to end up dead, okay? Please do your best to Facebook and social media stalk these people, because number one, you're going to know who you're meeting up with. Number two, you're going to figure out what they like, what they do, what their hobbies are, where they work, and you're going to find more potential points to relate to them on. But let me just say this. Don't think for 1 second that your potential clients are not stalking you back, okay? Because they do. And if you're not doing the same, you're crazy. And let me tell you this. You are not on social media to take a stand on controversial issues. You are not there to air your dirty laundry. You are not there to slam your baby daddy. You are there to meet potential clientele. Please, for the love of baby Jesus in the manger, stop airing your dirty laundry and slamming people on social media. It makes you look crazy. It makes you look unprofessional. And let me tell you something. If I was supposed to meet you, like let's say I called your brokerage and you're coming to my house for a listing appointment, and I look at your Facebook and it's nothing but my baby daddy's a POS. I can't believe this, blah, 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 blah. Her down the street, blah, 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 blah. My neighbor's crazy. I'm not going to let you come to my house. And if I do, I'm not picking you as an agent. I'm going to blindly listen to your presentation. And then when you leave, I'm going to block you on social media because I think you're crazy and unprofessional.
Absolutely. And that goes the same for most brokers. Like, I will tell you, agents call me and they're like, yeah, I want to come and work at your brokerage. If I look at your Facebook feed and you're like steady smoking blunts, swearing, like you said, slamming your baby daddy, drama, chaos.
Now,
No.
some baby daddies deserve it, but not on your social
Not
media
on-
page.
Right. Like you have to, and like you said, that's another thing too, is I have actually gotten a call, a Facebook message from somebody about one of my agents who no longer works with me. Like, hey, I just wanted to let you know, like, he's posting this stuff and that's not a great representation of your company. So remember, realtors, like what, you want to say like your social media is your own. Sure, definitely. Then you better put your stuff on private, because when you are representing a company, like a real estate company, you're representing that company. So if you're representing Elite Realty, my brokerage, your Facebook better not be full of drama and chaos or any sort of illegal activity or just anything ridiculous. People are looking at that and it matters. You can have all your own stances on whatever you want, but we're talking about utilizing your social media as a professional tool to make money, get business, establish a network. They say your network is your net worth.
Yep.
So take advantage of social media as an opportunity to build business for free. And if nothing else, if your past was chaotic, you get a chance to reinvent yourself, right? You can reinvent yourself as whoever it is you want to be. You are not your past. Your future is not your old story. You get to rewrite your story and your narrative however you want. And I'm not saying be fake or phony, but this is your chance to establish your life and your relationship and your identity. And you can do that in a positive way. And you can share your life today and forward as what I like to call lifestyle ministry, right? Which is what we're doing on social media. We're sharing with people our lives.
Yeah.
And it's important because people want to do business with people that are happy.
Yep.
And that they know, like, and trust, right? So I think you called this like create clients, not crap.
Yeah.
Don't crap on your social media, people.
No, don't do it. And you said one thing that I want to kind of circle back is you said it's not fake. So just, and this is one thing, I've said it before, but I want to say it again because it's so important, because I continue to see this from, people in my past, my own past. When people are seeing you, just because you're evolving doesn't mean you're fake. If you're out here and you're trying to make a name for yourself and you're trying to make a professional image for yourself, and I will tell you, I don't think it's fake. The fact that I, on social media, I'm more professional. I watch what I say. I don't engage in political conversations. I don't talk about getting your coronavirus shot. I have thoughts on those things, and my whole family and all my close friends know how I feel. But that's not why you're there. And it doesn't make me fake that I don't air all of that out. It makes me friggin' smart.
Yes. And I think there's a lot. I love how you said, like, you can share that you're evolving, because I think that something people love on social media is watching your journey to get to a better place, because they know if Kylie can do it, if she can change her life, so can I, right?
Yes.
So a lot of the people that are on my social media,
I've watched you for a long time.
forever, yeah. They're like, Trent's graduating, and they're like, oh my gosh, I remember when Trent started kindergarten, or like when Angelina was a baby, and now she's gonna turn 13 this year, So all these people have been a part of my journey, and they, even ones that I have never met in real life, they feel like family to me because I've interacted with them every day of my life for the last 13 years,
Yeah.
And they've been a part of my journey, and they're my biggest cheerleaders and my biggest supporters, and I do the same for them. I love on them. The other day, one of the girls on my Facebook, her son was getting donations for books for his school, and I was like, this is great. Let me sponsor, your son's middle school. Let me give back to, your kid that has seizures and help him to collect cans, take all the, like all these little teeny tiny ways that you can support all the people that support you, or share your friend's small business. Be that person that people want to cheer on and are inspired by and want to help, and you want to help them. And you're just creating this amazing network of people that are evolving and that you're inspiring.
Yeah, absolutely. All those things that she said. Yes.
All right, so we have two more things we're going to talk about, but we're going to break for a hot second. But come right back, because we have two more great nuggets for you on how to crush it in your social media game.
You're listening to The Elite Life. Elite Life. We'll be right back after this message.
Realtors, are you so over spinning your wheels, spending more money than you're making? Sick and tired of buying leads that have already talked to 6 other agents? Then stop. MyStarsAcademy.com offers real estate training, coaching, and business scaling for agents and brokers. It's your turn to learn from experts in the real estate, mortgage, title, and home warranty fields. Their combined knowledge brings you over 80 years of experience, so you do not want to miss this opportunity that only MyStarsAcademy.com offers. This is your one-stop shop to learn from multiple experts in the industry in one space at your pace. These coaches have boots-on-the-ground experience and track records of success at all levels in the industry. Agents have been using this program for years to ensure they ramp up quickly, 10x their checks, and level up their real estate business. And brokers use this trusted system to train their agents, which saves them time and frees them up to do what they do best, make that money. The Agent Accelerator program has training modules on everything you need to know, from business setup and goal tracking to finding free leads, and even how to leverage your social media to build a constant flow of clients. We teach you how to convert more leads, which convert to more closings and equals more money in your pocket. Plus, we offer a money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose and tons of knowledge, tools, and resources to gain. So head over to MyStarsAcademy.com today so you can start making more money now.
Welcome back to The Elite Life. Business and life talks to help you get a little better every day. Here are your hosts, Kylie and Trish.
And we're back!
Yay!
Thanks for sticking with us, people. And before we jump into the next two amazing nuggets of knowledge, I gotta ask you about this shirt, Kai.
This shirt?
Yeah, I noticed it on the break.
Yeah, it says Bad Moms Club.
Are you a bad mom? We're talking about how to be good. Why are you wearing a Bad Moms Club shirt?
Aunt Cindy gave this to me.
And Cindy's the most.
And I will tell you, it's not because I'm a bad mom. It's because I'm a bad mama. Don't you mess with me. Not this one. I am not the one. I'm not the one.
Today is not the day.
It's not your day. Tomorrow's not your day. And I don't think next week is going to be your day.
So it's because you don't play. That's
I
what
don't
you're saying.
play.
Did you see how that rhymed? Yeah. It's the little things, people. The little things.
I love it. I love it. So we're talking about mistakes and things that people do on social media that are completely just killing business, potential clientele. One thing I love about your social media that I want you to talk about is you don't just throw up a meme, right? You have different ways of communicating with your audience on social media. So share with us, how you're doing that and why it matters.
Yeah, so diversifying content is really, really important. And I think it's a mistake a lot of people make, especially if you're trying to sell things on social media. We have all had the friend, please nobody take offense to this, but they're like, here, I'll do mine, right?
We're going to get all the letters.
When I first became a Beachbody coach, which I wasn't seeking to become a Beachbody coach, I clicked on a random picture, whole other story, but I wanted the discount on the shakes, so they were like, become a coach. And we all know anything that I do, I want to be 500% at. So
Sure.
I was like, all right, I'm going to do this Beachbody coaching thing. And then it was like, Beachbody, 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 Beachbody. And one time, Andy came into my office and he's like, like, if you posted as much about real estate as you did about Beachbody, you'd probably have a whole lot of clients. And it was like a dagger to the heart, right? Like, I was excited about Beachbody because I personally was going through this huge transformation in my life of losing weight and learning about nutrition and learning about fitness. And this was like a whole new world that had been opened up to me. So I was sharing my excitement, but it came across as I am selling everybody shakes, right? And he was the first person that was honest with me about that. And so
Leave it to Andy.
yeah, but you need those people in your life, right?
Absolutely.
You need those people in your life that are going to be brutally, savagely honest. If you don't have a friend like that, get yourself run, okay? And a lot of people won't have friends like that because they don't want people to, like, when you're doing something a lot of times, and sometimes you don't. And if you don't and someone tells you, you may take offense to that, right?
Yeah.
Like, my first thought was like, screw you. You don't know nothing about me, right? But the longer I thought about it and thought about it and thought about it, I'm like, he told me that for my best interest, right? And when I did change that, that's when I learned all these things for real estate. I'm like, oh, well, real estate is my main business. This is the empire I want to build. How can I take what I'm learning here and diversify it over there? So that really started my diversifying content and started me down this road of learning about social media. So what I tell all my new agents is pick 4 themes. 4 things that you love to do in life. They bring you joy, and it doesn't have to be things you do, but just like themes of your life, right? Like, so for example, themes of my life, right, are real estate, faith, family, and fitness/hockey, right? Hockey falls in fitness, exercise, like that realm, right?
Yeah.
So it's like health and fitness, my family, my faith, and real estate. So when you come to my page, you're going to see stuff about all of those things. So when I get messages, they may be about, hey, goalie mom. Like, there was a woman who found me because she was looking up #goalie mom.
Nice.
Right? And I came up because I'm a goalie mom and I post all the time about being a goalie mom. So she wanted some advice about, goalie pads her son was growing into and what tournaments and just to be my friend. She found me on Instagram searching those hashtags and found me on Facebook, which is a little more personal, person to person. Friended me on there and then started asking me all these questions and just saying, like, can I just follow your journey as a goalie mom and your son's? So as my son grows, I can kind of learn from that, right?
Aw, that's so awesome.
Yeah, and I love it. So like so people find you by what you love. And when you share about multiple things, they know, like, I have people that message me all the time and are like, hey, I've watched your transformation in your health and fitness. I would love, like, where do you start? Where do you even get started? And I tell everybody the same thing, like, start with a basic, meal plan. And if you want to start with some exercise, say, for example, you want to start running, right? I tell them, download the free Couch to 5K app. Nothing has to be super expensive. Nothing has to be change your whole life and dump it upside down today, right? So people know that there's certain things that they can come to me and just ask me about because I consistently post about those specific buckets, and I'm always diversifying and I'm never selling anything. I'm just sharing how much I love these things. Like, people will say, like, you can tell you love real estate. Like, this is what you were born to do. Because I do. I love it. I love teaching it. I love showing houses. I love being a part of people, their closing and their journey and buyer's consults and listing appointments. I love everything about real estate. Everything. Like, it's just my favorite. I feel like Buddy the Elf. Like, I love it. So people know, like, even if they're in California and they're selling a house, they can message me and say, hey, what do you think about this? Maybe I got this realtor and they're not that great. I got a question, and they'll ask me that question, right? So make sure you're diversifying what you're putting out there. Share your life. Don't be afraid to be open and vulnerable. Like, I post some stuff sometimes that is not drama filled, but it is vulnerable and open.
There's a difference.
Definitely.
There's a difference. And And again, that's another way for people to relate to you. And number two, come alongside you and help you. You know,
Yes.
like when you and Dave were going through stuff, I mean, y'all had a lot going on.
Yeah.
And it allowed people who didn't know you, like if somebody wanted to, they know where you work. So if somebody wanted to bring you a meal, they could bring it to the office.
Yeah.
If somebody wanted to bring you some flowers or just send you some love, send a note, like it helps you again connect and relate with people. And so yes, that is super on point. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable with vulnerable. We're forgetting some consonants today. Don't be afraid to do that because people love it. We live in such a voyeuristic society, which I think comes along because we're just so bored with Hollywood that we just would rather watch what our neighbor's doing. And a great way to do that without being a peeping Tom is to go on their social media and see what they're doing. So, great point. So the final point today is communication. How you communicate with your community and potential clientele matters. So, for example, by using direct messaging and communicating with someone, Instagram is seeing that you have a personal connection with them because usually strangers don't DM strangers, right? Which we all know is a lie because every other day I've got some creeper, hitting my inbox and I'm just like, no, thank you. Oh, no, thank you. And so what happens is when these platforms see that you have a personal relationship with this person, you start popping up in their feed more. So when you are posting those real estate, open house flyers, when you are posting that you're looking for buyers, they're seeing it and they're able to. And here's one thing, please make sure that people can share your content because that's super important. I mean, if you don't want them to be able to, that's fine. But I've had so many instances, like with this open house we have coming up, I've had a lot of people like, can I share this? Can I share this? Yes, you want people to share it. So like if Karen sees that you're a real estate agent and her sister Martha is going to be looking for a house, she can just share that right over through direct messaging or on Karen's wall or whoever was buying the house. I don't even know. So make sure that you're taking the time to direct message people. So like if you see someone, just had a new baby, direct message them, hey, Sophie, congrats on the new baby, praying that, everything goes well and that you guys go home and get settled, blah, 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 blah. And that goes a long way with people because people realize that you took that time. You didn't just comment congrats on their post and continue to scroll. You took the time to go to their profile, hit the messaging button, and craft a message that shows that you care.
Yeah, and with that, just to add, because it made me think of when I was messaging you yesterday, communicate in multiple different ways. And by that, I mean, you can type out a direct message or you can send a voice note for your direct message. And I was driving and missed my exit, so it took me an hour to get somewhere that was supposed to take me 30 minutes. So instead of texting and driving, which texts cause wrecks, don't text and drive.
That was so funny. You're like, I'm done texting you now.
Yeah.
Here's a voice message.
But I love voice notes, and especially like birthdays. Like TJ was one of the first persons. He had his daughter sing me happy birthday and direct messaged it to me. And I thought that was the sweetest thing in the whole wide world because it was so personalized. It was so thoughtful. And I think that goes a long way in direct messaging, but also like even in your social media content in general, like making sure you're using your stories and your feeds, that you're going live, that you're doing short videos, that you are doing a couple funny memes in there, that you are doing pictures, that you are sharing articles, because I have 5,000 friends on Facebook and another like 5,000 followers or something like that. So when you have thousands of people, you're going to have thousands of different likes, right? So try to share in as many different communication ways as you can. That way everybody's getting to hear your message, right? Whether it be with a video or like I always make sure when I post on Instagram, I share it to my story. And then if it's just a photo with words, sometimes I'll also like do a video about it. Or if I do a live, because I will tell you the social media platforms, they love lives, guys. Like if you can put on your Google Calendar or an alarm in your phone to go live once every day or once every week at minimum. I will admit, if you go to my social media right now, I haven't been going live because we're doing these podcasts. So if people want to hear my voice, they got to come to the podcast. But it's so good for the algorithm, especially when you are first building out your presence on social media, to be going live, to be in the stories and on the regular feed and doing pictures and sharing. Because again, the algorithms in the back ends give different points for each of those things. And like you said, making sure you're adding value. Just because you see every realtor doing one of those real point things to some stupid song doesn't mean you should do it too. Is this going to get somebody to say yes to me being the realtor?
Right.
If you watch it and the answer is not yes, like, is it really valuable and worth your time to post that? Like, I watch them. If you look awkward, so I know you don't like doing this, and it provided no value at all to a client, then what's the point in doing that? Just because everybody else is doing it, that's not good.
Yeah, we have I was talking to, I think it was Kristen. I was talking to Kristen, and she was sharing with me that she was trying to do, I don't remember if it was a TikTok or an Instagram reel, but she's like, I know, I'm still kind of getting the hang of it. So she just roped her boys into it as well, and they've been helping her create these videos. Like, get the whole family in on it. Like, my kids are dying. Like, they don't have, my 7-year-old does not have a phone, a tablet, or access to any computer that's not mine. Sorry, world. That's just not the household that we have. But they love YouTube. They watch Mariah Elizabeth. They watch Graveyard Loon. They love 5-minute crafts. And so they love YouTube, so they understand. So when I tell them, like, hey, let's make a video, they're like, what are we doing? And what am I wearing?
Yes. Yeah. And I've brought my family in on it too. Like, Angelina loves to karaoke on
I
Dave's
love
pages.
those posts.
Yes, that's her favorite. And people like to watch too. Like I said, like a lot of people are like, oh, when is Angelina going to sing again? And I'm like, that's crazy. You've never even commented on one. I didn't know you watched it, you know? But sometimes people just, when people watch a video, it makes them feel not alone, you know? And there's lots of people out there that don't have kids. And if they can watch your kids singing a song or doing a fun video, that just makes them, you know, their day a little brighter. So,
And I will tell you, I mean, there's been days where like I've been having a really bad day, and you know, I pull a lot of joy from my own children, but like I'll see a video about a dog or a kid or something. There's this little girl, I wish I could give her a shout out. I don't remember the name, but she's a blind little girl, and her mother is amazing because she makes videos with this little girl, and she'll be like, hey baby, what you doing? She goes, looking fabulous. And she is so freaking adorable. And when I am feeling terrible, or if I'm feeling emotional, which is usually what we're feeling, that just brightens up my day. Like, this little girl is totally rocking it, and she is just amazing, you know? Yeah. And so absolutely bring people in on it for sure, because you never know whose life you're gonna touch.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I live for Kim's funny posts about her puppy Frankie. Like, what's the little Frankie Frenchie doing today? Some sort of trouble he's getting into.
He's very mischievous.
He is very mischievous, and he does the head tilt thing, and it's just too cute. So, yeah, like, keep sharing about your pups and your kids and all your fun stuff, too.
And if you're not sure, if you're like, okay, I will get on social media, I will do this, but I'm not going to like it, and I don't know what to do or where to start. In Social Media Empire from the Stars Academy, we give you like a list of ideas of stuff you can post about. We give you personal ideas, business ideas as a real estate agent, so that way you don't have to spend your decision juice. I love that, since you taught that to me. You don't have to spend your time or worry about it. You just say, okay, today we're going to post about interest rates, and you turn on your phone, you're like, today the interest rates are blah blah blah, you want to buy a house, come get it, right? So yes. It can be that easy. Don't overthink it. It doesn't have to be this big dramatic or long thing. One of your best lives was friggin' Billy laying on the floor doing nothing.
I know.
And I'm like, are you serious right now? So I'm getting ready to just start putting Everett all over because he's got that GQ roll where he just rolls on his side because he can't crawl yet. And I'm like, living your best life with your chunky thighs. There you go.
I mean, who doesn't like to see little chunky baby pictures? You
I
just
don't-
wanna squeeze them.
I don't know anyone who doesn't like to see a chunky little baby. Not a single person.
All right. We can't give away any more of our secrets. We've given you guys tons and tons of value here. Go back through, listen again, take some notes, implement, take action, get over to mystarsacademy.com and watch the social media empire video. You cannot afford not to. And actually, I'll even give you a coupon code if you go over there.
Coupons? I love coupons.
What coupon code do we have for them?
I don't know. We're going to put it in we'll give it to producer Dave.
All right, producer Dave's going to drop in the description 10% off the social media empire. It's super low price anyways. I think it's like something less than $50, y'all. Go learn it. You get one deal. You're going to make thousands of dollars off of it. And wherever you're listening, make sure you hit the subscribe button and share. You have a realtor friend or some friend, maybe you just have a friend that just airs their dirty laundry too much on social media, share this with them. It'll be your nice roundabout way of telling them to stop doing that.
Yes, please, people, stop doing it. It's so shameful. It's so shameful. All right, well, that's it. Thank you so much for joining us today. Make sure you come back next week for another episode of Elite Life, and we'll be here. Will you?
Great
You
grace in real estate.
We thank you so much for joining us today on the Elite Live with Trish and Kylie. Be sure to share the episode with a friend so we can continue bringing you more great tips on grit, grace, and real estate. You can also connect with us on Instagram, Facebook. We hope the ideas we share continue to help you build an empire and leave a legacy.